What up, guys? Alchemist here, and I got something nice for you. So, I know y'all was not expecting this type of build today, but someone had to do it. Someone had to make a Blight Ranger build. So, here it is, man. I wanted to go for a sword and shield type of idea with this build, since this build is all about blocking, right? So, if you didn't know what Blight Ranger does, guarding with your art staff does not consume extra super energy. When you use regular art staff, you consume energy when you're doing your shield. When you got this on, you don't. But you can also cancel your art staff early to get super energy back from this build. So if you your super at 100% and then you deactivate the super before it goes to the 70% bar tick mark on your super. If you didn't know, there's a tick mark on your super bar. There's a black line on each of your bars, equating 25% of your super, right? If you deactivate the super before the 75% bar, you'll get 75% of your energy back after you deactivate it. If you do it after the 75%, you'll get 50% of your super bar back. After 50%, it seems like you only get 25% of your super back. After 25%, you basically get nothing, okay? So make sure you pay attention to that, right? Basically, it helps you stay in whatever segment you're in at that moment, right? But when you cancel your super, you want to cancel your art staff every single time. Even if you're at the end of your goddamn bar, purposely deactivate it, right? Because when you do so, you do a freaking explosion, a blind explosion around you, dealing damage to the enemies based on how big your Voltanic mirror was. You're gonna have a bar when you inside the super. When you charge up, you're gonna see all of this while I'm doing my lost sector run, right? You're gonna have a bar that say Voltanic mirror. Hope I pronounced that right. And when that bar is full, then that's the max damage you're gonna do with the blind explosion. But you're not really there for that. You get the bar by reflecting blasters, but you're not really here for that. What you're really here for is the temporary increase in arc weapon damage with this build, right? Now you're probably wondering, like, why would I rock this if I can just run backwards then if I'm doing it for the arc damage increase, right? This gives you a ×4 arc surge buff like backwards, but backwards arc buff only stays on for 10 seconds, and then you have to wait for your shade step to come back for you to keep the buff, to get the buff again. With Blight Ranger, it stays on for 20 seconds. It may be 21 seconds. Stays on for 20 seconds. So for 20 seconds, you're getting a buff to your arc damage, which is insane, right? You can use Blight Ranger for DPS phases, and you can do two instances. You can block just to keep your super up for aggro for your team, or you can purposely pop your ult, then get out of it immediately, which you will see me do purposely in this low sector as well, to get that 25% damage buff to your arc weapons for 21 seconds, just to run havoc in the room with that extra damage, right? And then of course, reflected attacks you do with this super do 400% extra damage, which y'all will also see I take advantage of in this low sector, and it extends your super as you block bullets. I know that was a mouthful, Paul, to get into this, but they've been buffing up this exotic so much to try to get people to use it. It's a paragraph worth of extent on this exotic. It's ridiculous, right? But as I said, I was going for a sword and shield type build idea for this, right? The super being my shield, and then when I get out of my super, I got my sword for damage. And I was like, what would pair good with this exotic? And of course, I went with the 4th Horseman. They did change the 4th Horseman a little bit this season, this episode, to where it don't shoot as fast, so you can have more control over it, so you can hit your shots with the 4th Horseman. So some people see it as a nerf because it don't shoot as fast, but it still does the damage. It still does the work. The more you shoot with it, the stronger it gets. The max you can get is 80% extra damage. With the 5th shot you get out of here, every shot you do get extra 20% extra damage. 5th shot being 80% increase. You make sure you want to have your catalyst done, so you have that 5th shot in your magazine and it reload faster. But that's about it. What freaking 4 Horsemen do. And when you kill powerful enemies, it auto reloads this weapon for you. So we will be doing some champion stuff, so we won't have to ever worry about reloading. We're rocking Watchful Eye as our weapon for machine gun choice, because I got the God roll on it. We got Field Prep and Rolling Storm and Run Up Over for our build here. And we will be rocking Power of Resolve. I know some of you guys, if you don't have this mod, you should have if you've been doing another. But if you don't, run backup mag for the 80 bullets in the magazine. But what Power Resolve does is when you get rapid hits with this weapon, don't have to be precision or anything, just rapid hits. When you get rapid hits with this weapon, it shoots taking secret projectiles, which stun unstoppable champions, making it that this machine gun can stun unstoppables and overload champions because of the artifact having overload machine gun in it. This mod can go away when Heresy ends, sadly, but this is an amazing mod. Take full advantage of it. And then our primary, we will be rocking Unlove as our primary. I will be running Tina inside the low sector because of champions in there, but for the normal build, we will be running Unlove. Artifact, we're rocking overload machine guns for a great reason, because we want and then we're running overloading. Overclocking and loads, and be rocking arc weapons. We will have amplified up, so we might as well increase the reload and handling on those weapons. Running unraveling orbs for our strand weapons. We're using our primary. We're rocking hold the line, so when we get machine gun kills, we get health back and a reload quicker and got more stability. Rocking dielectric, so that when we defeat art debuff targets, we will be blinding them non-stop. We'll be getting stacks of bolt charge, and whenever we kill art debuff targets, we get an orb power and some health back from that because of the boosted artifact perk. We're rocking Photonic Flare. If you didn't know, check out my other video, check out my Thunderlord video or my Infinite Super video. Photonic Flare works off of exhausted and sever kills, so any weapon that you're using that got overload stun on it will exhaust the target, which would trigger the effect of Photonic Flare. So since we're using an arc machine gun with the overload machine gun artifact perk on, every enemy we kill, as long as we don't kill them with one shot, if it takes 2 shots, it will trigger you already. As long as we kill every enemy with 2 bullets, it will give them exhaust. The first shot giving them exhaust, and the second shot will kill them. Every enemy we kill with our machine gun would do a blind explosion because of the overload perk stacked with this. So our machine gun is blinding everything, which also gonna stun unstoppables. So our machine gun is an unstoppable overload killer. Okay. We're rocking flashover, so our bolt charges do more damage and we get amplified when we do get max bolt charges. Running horror shuttles, so we're rocking our strand weapon with the unraveling orbs. We will be doing threatlings. And then the last slot, we're rocking elemental supercharger. Like I said earlier, our machine gun will be exhausting every enemy. It's an arc weapon. We have an arc super on, so every time we kill enemies, we'll be getting heck of super energy back. This would pour into our Blight Ranger super quicker, so we keep getting our super back very fast from killing enemies and get the uptime up and get the cycle going very quick. We're rocking heavy ordnance regeneration, since we will be rocking a machine gun as our primary weapon, mostly for killing enemies and whatnot because of the amazing magazine size we have. So we're rocking heavy ordnance regeneration. Even though it kills me to not have defibrillating blast on, I think for survivability purposes, this is the smarter choice, and you can spam your grenades and and melees more. So I think it's the smarter choice to use. But if you feel like you don't need the extra resist, you can definitely go with the defibrillating blast and get your health back from bolt charges and whatnot, since you will be getting it uptime a lot, right? Alright, fragments. We're rocking Gambler's Dodge to get our melee back when we chased up. Well, when we proc Ascension. Rocking our staff as our super, you have to for a Blight Ranger, of course. Triple jump. Disorienting below, so we can regular punch somebody to get bolt charges, but also blind anybody we need to stop unstoppables and whatnot. And, you know, just amplify when we punch somebody. Rocking post grenades, you can choose whatever grenades you want. I just prefer post grenade for the extra damage and tick damage that it does, but you also can run like flashbang if you want to stun unstoppables more. But yeah, rocking post grenades. Rocking Tempest Strike, because when you proc Tempest Strike, it does a lot of damage. First off, help our proc our bolt charges, but also you get 75% damage resist whenever you proc Tempest Strike for 4 seconds, which is good for survivability. Spam Tempest Strike, get 75% damage reduction. You live on. Proc bolt charges. Bolt charges give you the health from the artifact, but then also too you amplify it by killing Joda enemies and stuff, so it adds on to it and whatnot. And I believe too with the artifact it says just killing art debuff targets, right? Yeah, so it don't have to be a weapon. So yeah, like I said, give you health back from killing people with Tempest Strike. Then we got Ascension on to get ourselves amplified Joe enemies around us and give us our Tempest Strike back whenever we do it near enemies. And then of course with Tempest Strike as well, defeating Joe target gives bolt charges as well. Fragments we're rocking Spark of Frequency, so when we M5 we get more bolt charges since our machine gun do have Rolling Thunder on it. And melee hits will make us reload quicker and stability go up. That does work with Tempest Strike as far as I know of. We'll be rocking Spark of Discharge, so arc weapon final blows have a chance to create ionic traces for us, so we get our abilities back even quicker. But also too, collecting ionic traces give us bolt charges. Rocking Spark of Shock, so we can joke targets for our grenade. Rocking Spark Resistance, so we get some damage resist with Spark of Resistance, 25% I believe on arc. It's 15% on prismatic, but I believe it's 25% on arc. And then we got Spark of Ion, defeating a jolted target or defeating a target with bolt charge, create ionic trace. I really wished I could run this on prismatic, but sadly we don't have Arc Staff on prismatic, and Bungie need to just put Arc Staff on prismatic. Let's be honest, no one using Storm Edge anymore. No one using Storm Edge anymore in PvP since they nerfed it, and this super is trash in PvE compared to the other supers we got. Best supers we got in prismatic is Shadow Shot and Silent Assault. Even Golden Gun. Golden Gun needs a buff. It seems like Golden Gun don't do anything for you unless you're rocking Celestial Nighthawk or Star Eaters, and they nerf both of those, right? But like prismatic, the only good super for PvE is definitely Silent Assault and Night Stalk and Shadow Shot. Silk Strike is good too, but yeah, Golden Gun and Storm is just god awful there. But I guess Golden Gun can be good PvP still, right? Alright, the mods we're rocking 2 Harmonic Siphon mods in our helmet for just the arc ores. We're gonna be running for our machine gun mostly for getting kills, so you might as well get all them ores from using machine gun. I didn't want to max out this Blight Ranger because it got horrible stats on it. When I get an exotic Ingram, I will focus and make a better one, and then I'll max this out 10 out of 10. And then I would prefer to put on Harmonic Siphon and Strand Siphon since I'm rocking a Strand weapon as well. And then of course special ammo finder for the 4 Horsemen. Our RMP for rocking Impact Induction, so we call them for power for melee. We'll get grenade energy back, and then we're rocking the same thing. Use our get class ability energy from doing grenade damage, and then we're rocking Focus Strike, where we get class ability energy back from doing power melee. So when we use our power melee, we'll get our Shade Step back, use our Shade Step ability to get our Tempest Strike back, Tempest Strike again, get Shade Step back, etc. That's the loop. We're rocking 2 resist mods, so arc, solar, you know, pick whatever one for the activity. And then of course we're rocking Harmonic Reserve, so we have more bullets for our machine gun and our 4 Horsemen. Since this build will work with Tina, you can rock 2 special weapons. You can rock 4 Horsemen and Tina with the machine gun. As long as you're rocking the Harmonic Reserves, you should not run out of ammo. To be honest with you, you should never run out of ammo. There will be a lot of special ammo drop for you. You can use a machine gun, and when you use your heavy, it's more chance for special ammo to proc, I believe, to drop for you. Rocking Strand Weapon Surge for our Strand Weapon. Again, if you're rocking Tina, put on a Stasis one. Rock Recuperation and Intervention, get that grenade back quicker, but you can take off Recuperation, put on Better Already to just help with survivability. And then our class item, we're rocking Font of Restoration just because we don't have max recovery on this build, and because Reaper and stuff cannot be proc with Ascension, and that's the only time I'm gonna be rocking my class ability. Might as well get the extra recovery when we got charges on it, get that plus 30. And then we're rocking Proximity Ward and Special Finishers to get some more special ammo in case we are lacking with special ammo for our 4 Horsemen. If you're not a fan of 4 Horsemen, you can change exotics, okay? Other exotics that work with this build, and again, you want to be a strong exotic that can be a sword for you when you get that ×4 Arc Surge. So if I had to recommend any other special weapon exotic for this, you can definitely run Cloud Strike if you want it. If you want to be a sniper-ish person, you can run the Hunter Exotic Glaive, the Arc one, especially since there's a lot of glaive buffs in the artifact. And I will be making a glaive build for you guys as well with the artifacts if we do have glaive here. You can run Delicate Tomb as well because you got particle reconstruction, so you just make this Delicate Tomb do even a lot more damage. You can run Trespass, or if you want a primary weapon with this build. Trespass do a lot of damage, you do get a kill. Centrifuge not really a killer, right? But yeah, those the arc weapons you can use, and then I guess you can have an argument with Ergo some. You can, but I wouldn't recommend it. I want to recommend special weapons that do a lot of damage. And then of course, if you don't want to rock the machine gun, you can rock Prospector, which is just like Four Horsemen, just dump a whole bunch of goddamn ammo into one person and kill them. And Thunderlord, of course. You can run Thunderlord if you want to run Thunderlord for the build as well. And Queenbreaker. For, again, DPS wise, you can proc your super on purpose, then cancel it, and then just shoot crazy with Queenbreaker to get the kill for the time for a surge. Other than that, I don't think there's any other weapon I would recommend. Oh, Grand Overture, duh, Grand Overture. Machine gun, which works with the artifact. So you get machine gun kills with Grand Overture, blind people with the Grand Overture, so it can do unstoppable and overload this season. And Grand Overture do dumb damage already when you get times 20 stacks. And you can just proc your super, get out of it, times 4 surge, go crazy to 20 bullets, and just blitz anything that you see at that moment. But yeah, just know if you're rocking heavy, then you need to change your special ammo finder to heavy ammo finder so that you're not lacking on heavy too much, and making sure you're using upgraded weapon like Unloved and putting a freaking mod in there to help you get more special ammo faster, or a heavy ammo finder enhancement. Other than that, that's the build. Hope you guys enjoy it and enjoy the gameplay in the background. It's a very fun build and great build. Don't sleep on Blight Ranger. I know it seems like enemies don't shoot at you and stuff, but when you get a harder content, enemies will shoot at you. You just gotta pick the right situation to do it. And again, if enemies not shooting at you, just proc it on purpose, then deactivate it. So for 20 seconds, you have 25% extra damage to your Four Horsemen and stuff. Again, I wish it was on Prismatic, and then you could have tied Radiant into the mix to add even more damage and, you know, all that other goodness, right? But anyway, love you guys, preach you guys always, and until next time, stay up.